We thanking you, brother. Acha no mundo passar que chorei eu quando vi esse. O no bonnet foi eu a kumas magadas music. All the gender to fix right with them see you. Vivian Morris sex and one who was check you. You pass it to the boy and get music move. Mais attends, je ne sais que la j'ai. Si pas que va dire ce qui a poussé. For only one as you done for us all. Spreading the culture. Good morning, Dominica. Good morning, Eastern Caribbean. Welcome to another Creole Heartbeat program on the big station. It's a pleasure to be in your company. Nous avons spécial bonjour pour tout le monde. À toute la Dominique et aux Antilles, c'est un grand plaisir pour nous là avec Zom ici. Et puis, Jordan, nous avons un grand invité, un grand invité là avec Zom ici. Et puis, qui a fait nous très contents pour nous dire spécial bonjour. Linford Akrab John, ça a fait.
Merci. Et puis, on invité sur attention comme ça, ça a fait mon plaisir, ça a fait mon très honoré être là avec Zom après bon matin là. Et tous ces gens-là, on a déjà bonjour à toutes. Bon Dieu bénisse à toutes.
Ça a fait. Linford Akrab John.
Voilà, quand tu avais red. Si pas tu avais red, ou fini même.
Absolutely. I tell you what, we are here and we are going to be actually speaking to Linford John. He's from Salisbury and he has been, as a matter of fact, he's a Cadas legend. And if you notice some of the billboards that we had outside of the ferry terminal, he was one of those legends. And we did that because of his kind of work that he did with a special band he will tell you all about. But let's take in a message because we have a grand consultation, a Creole language consultation next week, Thursday in Dominica, when we come back, Linford Akrab John. The National Creole Language Consultation, hosted by Creole Heartbeat and Ambassador Leroy Prince Radix Charles in collaboration with the Ministry of Education, Comité pour Études Creole, the University of the West Indies Global Campus, and Alliance Française, takes place on Thursday, October 16th, 10 a.m. by the University of the West Indies Global Campus, featuring presenters from Martinique, Dr. Marie-François Bernard, on the formation of the Creole language policy, from Guadeloupe, Marina Bolas, on the importance of the Creole language and the formation of Creole partnerships, also Creole in Guadeloupe, from IT, Sac-Passé, Midland Dragon, on the importance for Creole people to forge partnerships for a common cause, and Creole as a true identity, from the Helen of the West, St. Lucia, Dr. Kenty Jean-Pierre, Creole in St. Lucia, its structure and role as a cultural identity marker. From Trinidad, Namdi Hodge, on the status of Creole in Trinidad, in a multilingual Caribbean. And from the nature island Dominica, Madame Sonia Akpa, legitimizing of the Creole language in a multilingual society. CXC Registrar Magali Celestin, Creole language in the school system. Tilia Copy Weeks, Creole in the community. Raymond Lawrence, legacy of the Comité pour Études Creole, championing the Creole language. Gordon Henderson, Creole language and the music. Lena Luke, Creole and education and research insights on the language of Creole. Dennis Joseph, Creole and the media. Mediators like Quantum de la Chassonie Ophelia and the Femme Creole Million Joseph Dennis. Special honoring of the legacies of the late Felix Henderson and Master Chavala Fontaine. Special prayer in Creole Raymond Senior Eustace Thomas. The National Creole Language Consultation, Thursday, October 16th, University of the West Indies Global Campus, 10 a.m. All the partners include TBS Radio, Dominica News Online, Multi Solutions Inc., Q95 FM, the National Bank of Dominica, Cohen Global Entertainment, Sign Man, Dublin Dental Clinic, Carry FM, MO News, MCC, My Caribbean Channels, and more. Be part of this National Creole Language Consultation, Thursday, October 16th, UE Global Campus, Manchester. And we just want to say special good morning once again to you. You are live
on the big station. And we want to say good morning to all those of you tuned in live on the QFM Facebook page and YouTube channel. It's a pleasure to be in your company once again. And Linford Akrab John. And it's a pleasure to be in your company once again. And because you have that checkered career spanning several years, and you continue to look like you're just a teenager. Your chromosomes, your genes seem to really be in a centenarian put apart. So once again, good morning to you, my brother, and I hope that everything is okay. You are back on the island. I know that you're carried to perform at this year's festival. We'll talk all about that. But let's go way back, Akrab. Let's go way back. Bowie, a little boy. How did you actually get into the music?
Well, first of all, I want to thank you for having me here today, and thank you for to all the folks who listening, and it's a pleasure to be here with you. Me, I go back way back in with the music industry. Even as a little kid, I was always singing and always drumming, always trying to play instruments that I can get my hands on. But singing has always been my number one thing, and that was recognized very early on by my neighborhood and school, elementary school, Boy Scout. I was a Boy Scout. So, we used to have campfires, and I'd be singing at the campfires. And there was a special song I was singing called Mr. and Mrs. Paul. And I'm saying that, and there's some people who come into my mind will be smiling as I say that. But anyways, I grew up with that, and went to SMA, started singing with a partner of mine. Well, he heard me singing at the hostel, SMA hostel. That's where we lived. And he said, "Man, you sound good. Why don't you get with from a group, the two of us singing?" So I say, "Okay." So we did. We started singing. We sang at the St. Gerald's Hall, the Goodwill Parish Hall, and different places around. And it culminated in Arawak Cinema. That was the biggest one for us. And that was that's the worst episode of stage fright I ever got.
Tell us about it.
When we got on the stage, there was a curtain that was down, so they called the people out there. You can't see them. You stand on stage in position, and then you hear the announcer at the front going and introducing the person. He goes, "And ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome the Imitations." And the curtains went up, and I saw the people in there. I mean, there was crowds of people, all the entire place full up. Oh, my mouth went dry. My knees started shaking, and I'm struggling to get some moisture in my throat. And I started praying. God, give me that. Let me get some moisture. Help me. But anyways, the minute I started singing, the crowd erupted. They went crazy, and that just gave me the confidence. And so I continued with that, and eventually I joined a band called.
How old are you then when you got that stage fright?
I was about, I'd say 14.
About 14.
Yeah.
You were still at the St. Music.
I was at SMA. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And the name of the band was Imitations.
Imitation.
Your first band ever.
Well, yeah. I would say that, yeah. Mm-hmm. And it was just two of us.
And you mentioned a while ago about the hostel. I know Gordon Henderson also stayed at the hostel. Mac Murray also stayed at the hostel. You happen to have stayed around their time or after them?
After them. Yeah, I think Mac Murray had just left when I got there. Or if he was still there, it was probably his last year. But Gordon was already gone. Mm-hmm. And all these guys,
but quite a bit of activity seemed to be taking place at the hostel.
Yes. Yes.
Because to have produced musicians in your realm, in Gordon's realm, Mark Murray, a true academic and a musician by all standards, a businessman, entrepreneur.
Yes.
And so after this, what happened?
After that, I joined this group in Salisbury because, well, at that point I'm living in Roseau. I'm living in a hostel, so a lot of things going on in my life is in Roseau. And so then we did form we did form another group in Hostel. That was with Slash Banis, that
Yes.
Breaker's younger brother.
Yes,
He was
yes,
the bass
yes,
player,
Yes, yes.
and the guy named Conrad Serafin was the drummer, and I was the singer.
Mhm.
We call ourselves the Smoke Pots.
The smoke pots. Wow. All this taking place at the St. Mary's
At the St.
Academy.
Mary's
But yeah, I
Academy.
mean, St. Mary's Academy seem to have produced so many musicians. I
Yes,
mean,
yes.
of prominence.
It's remarkable.
And even when we get back to a little later, we'll talk about the major event
Yes,
that has been held to actually raise funds for the school itself.
yes.
So you continued with the what pots? The
Smoke Pots.
smoke
Yes.
pots.
And then after that, now, now the Salisbury contingent, now they're seeing me doing all this in Roseau and stuff. Say, man, you gotta come and play with the Salisbury band and stuff. And and I ended up being with a band Salisbury called Impression.
Impressions.
Yes.
Wow.
I joined.
You were still at SMA or you left SMA by that time?
It was late SMA days. I was not really living down Salisbury at the beginning, but after a while I started traveling back and forth. The hostel shut down, and then we went into a period where which is happening now still. Everybody travel on the bus in the morning, go to school, and then go back home. Yeah. So I started doing that, and I started with the Salisbury band now, singing when I could. But my father was kind of obstructing my thing here because he didn't want me doing music that intense.
Because at those days, it was felt or thought that music was for people without ambition.
Yes, without ambition, and it's not going to get you anywhere. You're going to school. We're paying to send you to school. We need you to study what they teach you in school, the music thing. Don't concentrate on that, etc. But when you're born with that in you, that is where your mind is. That's where your mindset is. That's what you want to do. That's what you enjoy. And so I couldn't stop. I mean, one point I was playing with Smoke Pots on top of this Rockaway building. They used to play on there, and so people on the beach, and the band would be on top of the building and playing for them. And
that's the time they used to call the Sunset Terrace.
Sunset
Terrace.
I think that's what it was called.
That's Rockaway.
Well, Rockaway.
Yeah.
It was at Rockaway.
Yeah.
And so I was one day I'm on there, and I'm.
What kind of music you played there?
We were playing, at that time we'd play a lot of American kind of music. Yeah, we used to play try to do stuff like the
Beatles,
pop bands.
pop
The pop bands, with more of that. And then varied music, and then when Exile came, then everybody switched into the kind of music Exile bring out there. What kind of sleep, so just take off with Exile. So everybody's proud, and so we went that, everybody started.
Which band were you in by the time Calypso was created by Exile One?
The band that became Mammoth. That was
the band that eventually became Mammoth.
Yes, that was Impressions.
So Impressions from Salisbury eventually became Mammoth.
Correct.
And that was basically after Calypso was formed.
Exactly.
So tell us about that whole Mammoth part of the history.
Mammoth, we were Impressions, and then Mammoth moved to Guadeloupe. Some of the guys went to Guadeloupe because at the time that was the normal thing to do. You try to get to Guadeloupe to
make a record,
and
make a name for
yourself. Exactly. And so they went out there, and
you didn't go with them.
I didn't go with them. No. So while they are there, they got a guy interested, and he told them, and they kind of were selling me to him. They tell him, we have a lead singer who is in Dominica, and when you hear him, you'll be happy and stuff. So they sold him on the idea. So they kept telling me, we got a sponsor coming up, and we'll send you a ticket. Come on up. I said, okay. So they sent me a ticket, and I went up, and I got there. But unfortunately, some of the conditions that was around at the time. I mean, you have to make a mind to go through the Guaye. It
was tough.
Just tough.
Real challenging.
Yes, real challenging. Right. And we had conditions with sanitary conditions.
Several of you were in one room, that sort of thing.
Toilet, bathroom, those were issues that was problematic, and it was.
It was too much for you.
It was too much for me. I tell you, you know what, man? I'm going back to Dominica. I live better in Dominica. I'm like, I'm not gonna do this. And so me and the keyboard player, we went down. We went back. But I told them, you know what? When this guy is serious and things change, I'll be happy to come up and stuff. And so when I told them what's going on, we went down. It was when I went down, I went back to Naked Fit because I was a part of Naked Fit then. I was the drummer for Naked Fit then.
You used to drum for Naked Fit. Who were some of the players on Naked Fit? You recall? Pat Aaron on bass.
Pat on bass. Tim Duran on guitar. Kelly Williams on guitar. Corbo was on drums at the time. Rogers was playing percussion. Yeah. Stumpy Dorival trumpet. Winkle Johnson sax.
Grell Seraphin.
Grell Seraphin, I was not.
He wasn't there together with him.
No, I wasn't there together with him. No.
But the Naked Fit was a powerful band.
Naked was a powerful source of music.
And give swinging stars a run.
A run for their money. Yeah.
But you keep forgetting your brother.
My brother Glenn was a lead singer. Oh man.
Glenn John was the lead singer.
He was the lead singer. He was dynamic. Glenn John.
Very dynamic.
Very dynamic. As a matter of fact, when I look at him and shake my head and say that. But interestingly, he will always say that, and he's a guy I was looking up to and thing and with. But
he's your older brother.
He's my older brother. And that very day when we were at Rockaway that day playing, oh no, it was another event there and at Rockaway I was playing with Salisbury Band with Impressions, which was Mammoth. I was singing and Glenn had told me that Pembo, remember Pembo? Keyboardist? Yeah. He told him Pembo.
Patrick Pemberton.
Pembo looking at us and turned to him and said, your brother sings better than
So Glenn told you that Pembo said you sing better than Glenn.
Yeah. I said, oh, really? I said, yeah, it's very good. But to be honest, at the time, I felt confident in my singing. Glenn was very charismatic and he's a dynamic showman. And when he gets on there, he grabs the audience.
Yes.
That's the biggest one I have seen in Dominica.
Yeah. And how did he actually motivated you? As your bigger brother, seeing him, you played drums during the time he was front stage.
I was in awe of him. I was because he wowed me to on stage. I look at him and I'm learning his moves and trying to accommodate that culminate that in me. So that was what was going on. But then, while I was with the band, that is when Billowmen came on the scene.
How that happened? How were you called? How you became part of Billowmen?
I was with Naked Feet, but I was now the drummer. Corbo had quit, but I was now the officially gone, and I was now the official drummer. But that's not drum. I don't want to be a drummer per se. I want to sing first and foremost. But we have Glenn; he's a lead singer and stuff. So I'm doing background, and every so I'll do another song and he sing. But when Bill Thomas was decided to at the time he was with Gramax.
Yeah.
And Gramax at that time was when they were at the peak.
Yeah.
And so when Bill, I heard that Bill was leaving Gramax. And I always admired him and respected him. He was a very good musician because I see his impact in Gramax. And so I heard that Bill left Gramax. Okay, he left Gramax. But I'm in Benegivit. And next thing I know that I think I'm not who told me. He said, Bill Thomas is looking for you. I said, okay, what does he want? He said, he's looking for a lead singer and he's looking for you to do that. I said, okay. So after I met him, I told him, how did you
recognize your talents?
Yeah, why did you come to me? He said, well, I wanted a lead singer for this band and I wanted to get somebody from St. Lucia or Dominica, preferably Dominica. And when I came to Dominica, you and Glenn are the names that keep coming. Some people will tell me, the two John boys, take the younger one.
And that was you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what happened after that?
After
He
that,
contacted you.
he contacted me,
Mhm.
and I told Glenn, I said, man,
You have to leave the
I
band.
have to leave. He told me, you're leaving? I told me, what's going on? I told him, Bill Thomas just contacted me. He wants me to sing for a band he's forming. He said, really? I said, yeah. I said, wow. Okay. So he asked me, what's going on? We talked about it. So he told me, why can't you just stand play the drums? I mean, you have a lot of.
He wanted you to stay
You
with,
want me to
with
stay
Naked
with
Feet.
Naked
Yes,
Feet?
yes,
Yes.
yes, yes.
So you have a lot of potential
On the drums, yeah.
drums and stuff. Why won't you say? I tell him, well, Bill is a very recognized, known musician. I think he's got something going on. And if I make that decision, I make that route, I think it's gonna go places. And if I make it, you make it. So whatever happens with me, you'll be fine. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. I mean, well, you do what you gotta do. And so one day we're rehearsing, man. That day we're in the show, just him and I. He's playing guitar and I'm playing drums, and we're playing Talking Blues. We're playing that song, man. And then I did this roll, and he said, "Oh man," he said, "Man, why you don't want to play drums, man? Why you don't want to stand the drums?"
So it was really emotional for you to actually leave
It
Naked Feet.
was, yeah.
To
They're
actually
my
go.
friends. They were like
Yeah.
my brothers.
Yeah.
Pat Aaron, I lived at Pat Aaron's house for years.
Yes,
They were all
yes,
my
yes.
brothers.
And that was one of the strengths of Naked Feet.
Yes,
They were like brothers. They were friends. They
Yes.
were very close knit.
Absolutely.
And even when you
Absolutely.
speak to Pat and Ghost, and even if they were singing different sides of the fence, but they maintained that closeness. Randy, this
That
guy.
history
Yes.
is
And then and look at the team. I mean, Team Durant.
Team Durant.
This
yes.
guy. I mean, that's a formidable team, man.
Yes, man. Yes,
And
man.
then Glenn on the vocals.
Glenn,
But you decided eventually to leave.
I did.
And then Bill put a side together, a powerful side together.
Yes. And we went to Guadeloupe, and from day one, we're rocking. We're serious. Everybody, we have one goal in mind. Man, we're gonna do something. We're gonna have an impact. And so we had that mindset. We rehearse every day, 5 days a week, all day.
Wow.
Yeah.
All day.
All day.
But you stayed in the like normally I know the bands actually stayed in one, let's say one house.
Yes. Billowman had a special situation on because what we had a guy who had the financing, and he was going to finance everything. He is limited on finances, so we have to be careful how we
You
do
navigate
stuff.
through the system.
Exactly. So he would pay the rent and stuff. He ordered the equipment. The equipment came, and we started rehearsing in the house that we lived in.
He was kind of your manager, like.
He was.
So Bill was the band leader.
Bill was the band leader.
And then that particular guy, a French guy, right?
French guy.
Can't recall his name.
His name is Milton Hughes.
Milton Hughes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. He worked for Jackie Nairado.
Okay.
And Jackie Nairado was the owner of
Twaza in Martinique.
Yes. And he was Jackie's number one man.
Yeah.
And I think Bill went to Jackie, and Jackie told him, let me turn you on to Milton.
Milton Hughes.
Yeah.
So he financed to get you guys equipment.
Yes.
And
Everything.
Rehearsals, he paid the rent of your house.
Yes. We had that one house, but then the neighbors started complaining when the music came on, when we started playing all day, every day. So Jadam started showing up when we started rehearsing. So eventually he got another house that we would go rehearsal, and we would live in that one.
Okay. Yeah. So you had a rehearsal house and then a house you would actually come back and sleep.
Yes.
Let us go to the first album.
Yes.
The first album you made.
That's the album we worked the hardest on because we wanted to come out strong. Yeah, we wanted to come out strong. So
was that the album we was in?
No, that was we went African music.
Oh,
Grève Générale.
Yes.
Which song
we have queued up there? Do we have which song we have queued up there? Because we want to play one of the sounds of Billowman. Do we have Grève Générale, GREVE, Africa? Do we have Africa? Which one? Hey, play any one of Billowman. Play any one of Billowman for us. because you're going to hear that signature voice of Linford Akrab John, and it's so important to identify. Let's go. Okay, this look for another one. Possibly if you could get on YouTube and look for Africa.
African music.
African music. African music. Go on YouTube and look for African music. So yeah, this was the album you made first.
That was the first one.
And this one actually made a hit
Instantly. We didn't realize the extent to which it was going to go, because that was kind of normal for us. We playing those songs day after day, and we playing them, perfecting them, singing and going there. Then when we went to do the record, now we entered Matnik and we started recording. By the second day we went to the studio, we had an audience, like certain people, and they would come and spend, we'd see them stand up.
You got it? Okay, let's listen to African music. Biloman, Linford Akrab John in the vocal spotlight. Let's go.
Music Nigeria, Congo, Ghana, music Ashanti, music Mozambique, music Voodoo, Melata Vector, music Tempo, music Show, music in Africa, rhythm Vector.
This is Creole Heartbeat, and we're here with the maestro himself, the legend, Linford John. Tell us the impact of this one. I can remember as a little boy growing up, this one used to be played on DBS radio almost every day. How many times a day?
It was amazing. When that record came out, we were in Guadeloupe. Well, we recorded it, went back to Guadeloupe. And while we're down in Guadeloupe, people are calling us. We're getting calls from people. Man, did you guys hear the record already? What's that? What the Totola radio station?
I can't recall.
Anyway, he said, man, ZDK.
ZDK was Antigua.
Antigua? Yeah. And there was another one.
WXTX, I think, St. Croix and these places.
They're killing that. I said, we're saying, really? But okay.
Antilles, possibly. Radio Antilles.
Man, that just took off. And the thing about it was, there were several hits on that particular album. So it's like,
look for Greve General, Greve, from the same band, Greve, Greve, and General.
Yeah.
And I mean, because this particular song was a true story.
Yes, it was. There was a strike going on in the French countries, in France. And Bill actually wrote this one there because he was in there when that was going on. We entered that after the event.
What sort of band leader was Bill?
Bill is a very talented guy, very, very talented.
Multi-instrumentalist. He played several instruments.
Yeah. He was not an instrumentalist, let's say like Bird Belloni. Bird is he's an instrumentalist. He plays them, and he plays them well. Bill would play them, but he plays them to accompany himself.
Yeah.
He would play, like me, one of the Biloman records, I played drums on one of the songs. Because we would do that when we go play for showtime. We would just switch.
Yeah, because from as a matter of fact, I heard that from Sober's Esprit, who actually was at a jam with you guys in Martinique.
Yes.
And a certain time in the jam that you guys would just switch instruments midway.
Yes.
You go on the drum, forget the lead vocals, you go on the drum. Bird would lift the drums and do.
We
Well,
just circulate.
switch around.
Yeah.
So that was a part of the show
Part of the show.
of
yeah.
Bill Man itself.
Yes.
So what you were telling us about the kind of leader Bill was?
Yeah. He he's the kind of guy that is very private in one sense, and it's like he gets ideas from, okay, if you come to him talking to him, as an example, and telling him something, we're talking, he'll tell you, no man, and he'll come up with some conspiracy thing. He's that kind of guy.
He was like a philosopher. His mind was
always in something different, and he's
yes.
saying something different that I can't say.
But
like
he was the main songwriter.
He was the main songwriter. Yes, he was the main songwriter. Arranger. Yeah. The thing was, in arranging song, he has the basic arrangement, but when we all get together, everybody comes up with stuff that they feel.
Now, Grève Générale, you say, was a strike, a strike in France,
Yes.
and it affected Guadeloupe, Martinique.
Yes.
Let's listen to Grève Générale from Bilomen on the first album, and one of my favorites. I know why.
Le public a crié.
Load the music, let's go.
Yo dis-moi, ça qu'a fait yo chier. Yo ka foute li yon chak gay, monsieur. Yo dis-moi, yo kont la plamba.
Load the music as we continue. And Bilomen, really rocked. Where were you stronger, Martinique or Guadeloupe? Because I get the feeling Martinique.
Martinique.
Martinique, you were like a household name.
Oh, yeah, that's where it took off.
It really took off there.
It really took off after Martinique. It just because one of the things was when I realized how the impact that was going to have that had is when we came down one day and we had to we were on TV, and the day after we were on TV doing these songs, it's like normal. I walk out from the hotel. I'm going to get something down the street. And then that's where it started, man. It's like this young lady see me, and then she backs up and she looked at me. She said, "Are you the guy on the TV? Like anything like that?" I said, "Yes." She said, "Can I get an autograph?" And then she can give her. And then while I'm doing that, then I say another one. Next thing I see is just
the swarm
with people.
Yes.
And that was
appreciation.
Yes,
for the music.
Yeah,
and the vocals.
Yes.
But you were able to really have that kind of resonating vocals, and still, I wouldn't call you an elderly though, but that vocal still it stings.
Yeah, well, elderly, but yeah,
Well,
the vocal is something that the French people are just amazed, and they my looks, they tell me, "Ou pas qu'à vieillir, jeune toujours," and they say, they tell me. Mama, garçon là, tous les gars descendent placas, and they come up with those kind of stuff.
But then you were able to make a couple albums after that, including Voisin. Voisin was also a major hit.
Yes. Voisin, the story behind Voisin.
Okay, look for Voisin, Voisine. Yes, tell us the story behind Voisin.
The story behind Voisin was we right before we were preparing the record, and right before that we were going to record it, I fell sick. We were on stage in Guadeloupe. I'm on stage and I'm singing, and all of a sudden I just get this. I hit a note and I just get this pain, and I just couldn't open. I just cut out, and this pain is in my stomach, and I'm holding my side, and all eyes turned to me, and looking at me. I said, "I'm going," and I got off the stage, went into the bathroom, and I just sat there and I doubled over, And then they continued the song, and then they came and followed me there. What's up? I said, man, I have this pain right here. It's killing me and stuff. So they took me to the doctor the next day. Doctor said I have a hernia, and it has to be operated on. I said, oh, wow. So Dominica at that time had free healthcare.
Yeah.
So I told them, you know what? I'm going to Dominica to get that done. They said, okay. So I left to Dominica to go down. So while I was gone and I had that, I was out for like 3 months or something like that. And so they're rehearsing, they're practicing. So then Bill decided he's going to do the record without me. And Milton and them told him, no, you can't do that. No, we need him on the record there. And they said, we don't need him on the record. We can do it without him. We cannot wait forever to do this. We have to do it. So Milton and them agreed. They said, okay. So they started that record until they got to Voisin. Nobody can sing Voisin.
Nobody can sing Voisin. So they had to wait for you to come back.
They had to wait for me to come back to do Voisin.
Let's hear Voisin, by then. Let's hear Voisin from the beginning. And put up the volume way up. Let us hear the Voisin because we want to hear the top. Right. The vocals in this one is really punchy. And this one I recall, I think it was Experience Creole.
Yes.
Felix Henderson played this how many times a day when Felix is done with this steadily, you know what I mean?
Come on.
Yeah.
Yes.
Voisin was a major hit in Dominica. How well it did on the out in terms of Guadeloupe and Martinique.
Voisin saved that record.
It saved that record.
Yeah. Voisin was the song on the album. Yeah. And and also what is interesting too is that Fred and Zyro were not on Voisin.
You serious?
No.
That was the time Freddie got homesick and him and
Zyro took off.
They both got homesick and they went home.
They went home. They went back. And then so now we're sans guitar, sans bass.
Yes.
We're looking around for a bass player and a guitar player. And so we had Julie Matin. Julie Matin was with Mantra. And so him and Janet were in Martinique and stuff there. So we contacted Julie.
Just come and do the album.
No. Well, to do the album and to stay with us. But Julie said for him to stay, Janet has to stay too.
Yes.
But we didn't want the both of them. We only needed the guitar player. Julie.
Yeah, because you were already the vocalist and Janet would have to be part of the vocals.
Right. And
so you had to wait for Freddie again.
Well, no, when we had Julie did the record and him and another guy called Bruce Bamfield from Guyana, he was the bass player. And then after a while, the song that we had from the first, I started missing that. I was one of those, because the lead singer is the guy who feels the music. Yeah, in front there.
You were not feeling Freddie under you. You were not feeling
Freddie and Zyro.
And Zyro had
a
kind of groove.
Absolutely.
So what happened? You told Bill?
I said, we got to get those guys back. He said no.
Bill said no.
No.
Bill was very stubborn and very stern.
He said no.
Bill said no. We have to do without them.
Without them, yeah.
They left. You have to do without them.
They left. They're gone.
So what happened?
So then, Julie can't stay because we can't take Janet with him. So we had to get another guitar player. So we got this guy, Bruce Bamfield. He's from Guyana, and he played guitar. And then Guito, a guy, he's from Guadeloupe. I think his parents or his mom is from Dominica, but he's Guadeloupean. He was born in Guadeloupe. So he was the bass player. So he was with us. And then we toured. That's when we went to Paris. We were touring, doing a lot of touring then. And then we're getting ready for the third record. And I'm feeling to myself, we got to get Zyron Fred to do the foot record. We got to get these guys back. And then one day we at the hotel in Matnik, and Marianne, who later married Zyro, she runs up into I'm in my room. She knocked on the door. She comes. She say, John, Zyro and Fred at the airport. I said, Zyro and Fred at the airport? We were just getting ready to go play, you know. We're going to try to leave in a little while. The bus going to come pick us up, take us to go play. I said, Zyro and Fred there? He said, yes. I said, okay. Got Milton. Get Milton one time. I said, but Bill was not.
Bill wasn't in agreement.
No, he was in agreement.
Because he felt that if these guys left, leave them.
Which you cannot blame him.
Yes,
you know, they left us in the lurch and stuff, so you can't blame him for that. But I was looking at it like, you know what, man,
that core gave you the real chemistry.
Yes, man. So we need him back. So I think that was one of the deciding factor because at that point in time, I carried a lot of weight in the band. So Nilton then agreed, and so we brought them back.
So you, because of the weight you carried then, and the lead vocalist
had a lot to do.
You eventually persuaded Bill to take them back.
Yeah. And then they came back, and that's when we did the third record.
And this Powell and Till, that was the
Powell and Till was on the third one. Yeah,
that's a bomb.
Yeah, Fred wrote that one actually. So Powell and Till was on that one, and then so we at that point now the third record is out, and then we're touring. We got to French Guiana, Cayenne, and the trumpet player is walking one day in town and stuff, and he sees this record that was done by us, but it's by a Dutch recording company, and the
jacket change, and it's all the music.
But the pictures of us, but it's different pictures from what is on the original record
with Twaza.
So when we saw that, he bought the record, and then he come back to the hotel. Said, "Look at this."
They were pirating you guys.
Yeah.
So you guys were so popular in Cayenne that they actually pirated you.
Yeah.
You wanted the music.
Yeah. And so, and the record then was just taking off like crazy. It was being recorded in different languages by different groups, and it's going worldwide. And so when we saw that, we said, "Yeah, we got to show that to Bill, see what he thinks of what's going on here." But from the minute we showed it to him, confronted him with it, we realized he was in on that too.
Also, he actually, you can say it, Akram.
Yeah.
You can say it.
He was
the one doing instigating the pirating on the side.
Yeah.
To get a little extra something on the side.
Making big money. Yeah.
Making big money on the side. Okay, we have a call. Good morning to you, Linford Akram John in the building. Good morning to you, Creole Heartbeat.
Morning, Wally.
Good morning to you, sir.
I don't know what your topic about because I'm in a location, but I said let me just give you a call for the independent. What's your topic?
Well, we are in with Linford Akram John, the former lead vocalist of Bill Omen.
Okay, thank you very much. Morning, the lead of Bill Omen.
The lead singer, lead vocalist.
The lead singer.
Linford John.
Linford, morning.
Good morning to you.
Yes, I just want you to continue to keep our culture alive. Brucey Douglas would love you for that. He was a cultural man. You know that?
Yes, man. I met him. Several times. Yeah.
Yes, and he worked with Paul King Douglas. I think they go to school in Canada.
Okay.
A very jokey guy, Brucey, and that is part of his culture, Mr. Libra.
Yeah.
So I want you to continue, and I've been asking your friend Simon. Him.
Yes. As my brother.
Right. I'm acting on your request to get some of those great men like Linford and all the other top musicians, Gordon Anderson and Rudy and Mr. E.C. Loblack, Littler, Patrick John, and see if you can put up a sign by DBS there for the independent and ask the pirate, Rosa Pirate, for permission to put up a sign between DBS and the library and get some people to clean it up for the independent, and other things can happen there because you're right on the road. And why did you have to set up some a museum for those Dominican musicians there? You have to break the rules. You have to
It,
put up
it's one of
something for these guys.
it is something I've been dreaming for a very very long time. It is
And
just
you can, one of the things you can do is work with Bia and Sin and all those great fellas that was around music, Lloyd Pascal, Dublin. These are the people that can make it happen because these people not in the age of politics now. They are more on an international level. They're supposed to take you on a tour to Africa and the French West Indies to do more promotion.
thanks a lot, my brother.
Get young people like Mr. Ostrich daughter, like Miss Asriel and them people, the PRO for Discover Dominica. So
Yeah.
when all the go these people can take over.
Sure, my
I
brother.
really love you, brother.
Thanks a lot, my bro. Enough love. So actually, on the very sensitive side that he possibly pirated the music
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
got some extras
Yeah.
on the band itself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was that one of the reasons for the demise of the group?
Absolutely. That was the beginning of the end.
Beginning of the end.
Yeah.
Bilumen never played in Dominica.
Never played in Dominica. And it's something we were thinking about, We were thinking about where we're, and one of the things that those of us, well, most of us from Dominica, we said, we got to go down to Dominica and let people see us live and stuff. Well, one of the things that Bill was saying here, and I saying, man, when we go down to Dominica, we want to crush everything in Dominica. So let's take our time before we do Dominica and stuff. So that was going on. And then this thing came up and
It really put a damper on things.
Yeah.
And eventually, Bilumen would break up. Would actually break up.
Actually broke up.
Yeah. And then what you did after?
After Bilumen broke up, I said, okay, I came to Dominica. And then that's when I got the call from Casa. Actually,
Tell us about that whole, how it actually happened.
Before I left Martinique, Jackie told me, he said, they're going to form a group called Casav, and they want you to be the lead singer. So we need you to come to a meeting for that group when that happens. I said, okay, sounds good. Bilumen's broke up. And so, yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So then at that time, I said, I'm going to Dominica right now. I'm going to chill out and stuff, but whenever you're ready, I'll come back. Well, along there, my brother had filed for me for the United States.
Mm-hmm.
And at that moment, that's when that paperwork came through. Now I had a decision to make.
Either to go to the US or to be part of the formation of Casav.
And well, Casav, I had no idea Casav would be what Casav became.
Yes.
And the United States looked very attractive to me. I said, you know what, man? I'm going to go US. So I did.
When you look back at that decision, you felt you made the right decision, or you should have possibly experimented with Casav?
As a musician, I would be lying if I didn't admit, you know what, man? I wish I was a part of that Casav.
Yes, that legacy. Yes.
Yeah. I was a part
because that voice would have been part of
the whole.
So many hits.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. I would be on the front stage there, wowing the crowd.
Yes.
But it was not meant to be, and so I went out to the St. Croix. Actually,
so you actually told them that you were unavailable.
I'm unavailable. I'm going to this.
It was a tough decision for you.
It was. It was a tough decision because I don't know what I was going to do when I get to the States.
Yes.
I was going to work and stuff, but this was music. I'm a musician. I've always been, I just came from playing professional music, and this is the continuation of it. And so, do I go that route there, continue, or do I go and start something in the States? Stuff. And the States did a lot of opportunity, blah, blah, blah. So
and those days, the United States was seen as the greener pastures.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Everybody wants to go to the UK or the United States.
Yes.
So you decided to take that chance.
I decided to.
But you stayed in St. Thomas for a while.
No, I went to St. Croix. I went to St. Croix, and while in St. Croix, I had my actually I didn't have a guitar, but I was writing songs without the guitar. So I would sing them to my brother, and my brother said, "Man, those songs sound nice." I said, "Yeah, if I had a guitar, I would be able to go." he went on and he bought me a guitar and he brought it back home. So I had that guitar and then I started writing more music and start working. And then I decided I wanted to record the songs that I'm working. So he financed all of that. And I came down Dominica. I got Fred, Cleve Jean-Jacques, and I got two hornmen I wanted with me was two guys, one called Happy. He's Happy and Steve from Trinidad. Those guys were a team and they were thought out.
And that was your solo album you made.
That was my solo
album you made.
Yeah. And then after that, I did that solo album. I went back to St. Croix, and then I decided to go to St. Thomas because St. Croix was a little slow. I had a partner in St. Thomas. He told me, man, come up St. Thomas, man. And I did that, went to St. Thomas. And I was there for a couple of years and, working and trying to get myself all set up. And then one day watching TV, this guy on TV, the Calypso competition is going on. This guy is the Calypso King. It's his 7th year. And they commenting on that this guy is just annihilating anybody who come every year. So my partner told me,
it was like the dice.
It's like the dice. It was like dice.
Yes.
It was just like dice in Dominica. So my partner told me, he said, man, hey man, you can take that guy down. I told him, I think so. He said, then do it. I said, yeah, you know what? Let me think about it. And then the more I thought about it, the more I said, you know what, I'm going to do it. So I wrote a couple songs and She Like It and Train Eternity. I'm actually going to do those two songs at Creole Fest. For Creole Fest.
Okay.
Yeah.
What were the names of those two songs?
There was Train Eternity and Hard She Like It. Yeah. So I did that, and the minute I came to the first rehearsal, they had the elimination. I came to the first rehearsal. The minute I started singing, I saw people's heads come up, and they said, "Oh boy!" And I see them talking to each other, and I said, "That's a good sign." Yeah.
It caused a stir instantly.
You say, "Oh, Seafood has problems." Seafood was the Calypso guy. "Oh, he got problems this year," and I just went straight through and went to
you dethrone him.
Yeah.
And you will have stayed at Monarch for 2 years.
So the following, I just did that on there with my friend. I was not thinking of Calypso, joining Sing Calypso and stuff. So now I'm in the position where, okay, I have to either defend my crown or vacate. So I said, well, I'm here. I'm going to write a couple more songs and defend my crown. I did that. I won again. And so when I did that, after that, then that's when I decided to say, okay, I'm enough of St. Thomas. I head into California.
So after you won for the second time, departed.
I departed. I'm sorry, I left something out. Before I left St. Thomas, that Simon Girard called me up.
Oh, Simon Girard. That was Martinique.
Yes. He told me about he wants to do a record. He just left Perfecta. He's going solo. And he wants to do his first record, but he wants me to do the lead singer on it. So am I open to that? I said, sure. I told him, how are we going to do that? He told me, well, we're going to do the record in Haiti because we're going to use Fred Jean. So it'll be me, him, Fred Jean, and Roland. That was a keyboards player from Martinique. And so I told him, okay, how long are we going to take? He told me, a couple of weeks. I said, I don't think I can do a couple of weeks because I'm working. I have a job. He said, how long can you do? I said, maybe a week at the most. He told me, you know what? Okay, let's go. And then he said he'll bring Jean-Philippe Matéli. Yeah.
So you brought Jean-Philippe Matéli. So yourself and Jean-Philippe went to Haiti to make that particular album.
Right.
And that was the album C-Bon D-Bon.
Yeah.
Because Jean-Philippe singing that C-Bon D-Bon.
And yeah, we out there, and I was thinking, man.
And Jean-Philippe was not really a big name.
He was not a big name yet. No.
I mean, as a matter of fact, Simon Girard told me in an interview with him one-on-one, he told me that Jean-Philippe he had the potential.
Yeah.
And he sang quite a bit all over.
Yeah.
And he was the one that kind of groomed him.
Yeah.
And the biggest hit for him was when Jean-Philippe had to leave him to go and actually do the Cassell project. But he wished him well,
Yeah.
But because he knew the potential of Jean-Philippe at the time.
Yeah.
So yourself and Jean-Philippe went to Haiti to do that album with Fred Jean on the horns.
on the horns, and the traditional drummer, I forgot his name was, and the traditional percussion player. Yeah, they were all involved in that. And then, so after a week, I said, okay, I got to go. So then Jean-Philippe took over. Jean-Philippe finished it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that album was C Bon D Bon. I
Yeah.
remember, I can see the album. It's a yellow covered album.
I just saw him when I was in Martinique a couple months ago.
Couple of months.
Yeah, I had my friend of mine tell me, "Oh, Seymour is gonna be on the docks down there playing tonight with us at this function." He said, "You want to go check him out?" I said, "Oh yes, I want to go check him. I haven't seen him since I left with him."
That's over 40 years ago. Over 40 years ago. So, but I guess I want us to cover as much as possible within this time. And by the way, the lines are open in case you want to big up Linford Akrab John. But I want to cover as much as possible because we're going to be putting that interview into the Creole Heartbeat Independence magazine.
Okay.
But very importantly, Akrab, you would have you became a legend, a true legend from Salisbury, Dominica. I know you did some work with reggae. You did some reggae in the United States also.
Yes.
But that legendary status followed you.
Yes. Yes.
And you came and you performed at the festival on a few times because it was the first time that we were actually seeing you live since you made that Billowman theme. But then this year in particular is a very special year.
It is.
Tell us about this year, preparations, who is going to be backing you up, how long you're going to be performing, what night you're performing.
I'm going to be I'm going to be performing on a Saturday night, and I'm going to be performing with Cornell's section. The same group of guys backing up Gordon, going to be backing me up.
Okay, perfect.
Yes. My boys are around Bird and Fred and those guys. These are the guys that I normally play with, but Cornell is another.
Cornell is a part
of that whole.
A part of the whole.
Yes.
Is the kind of Fitzroy.
Correct.
In that whole. So Bird will be there, Freddie will be there, Cornell will be there. And how long will you be performing for?
I'll be on for 15 minutes.
Only 15 minutes?
Only 15 minutes.
Wow.
So what I have to do is I came up with a plan. Normally, everybody know the songs that I sing and stuff, but when I went to St. Thomas and St. Croix, those songs.
Just hold the thought a while. Let's take a call for Linford Akrab John. Good morning to you, Creole Heartbeat, and we are in with Linford Akrab John. Good morning.
Good morning, Paddy. Sakamalan.
Zakafet.
Mola. Linford, good morning.
Good morning.
Somebody special tell me good morning.
Well, tell that somebody special good morning too.
That's a regular call who already supports the vibes. So you say you tell us about your performance for the World Creole Music Festival.
Yes, and so I'm going to do something special I've never done before. But I'm gonna. It's the format that I'm gonna do because typically when I come and I sing, I will choose songs from the
repertoire, the whole catalog.
Yes, but usually the Billowman song because everybody knows it's easier to do it. They don't have to go practice as much rehearsals and stuff. But this year I had a different plan.
More calls for Linford Akrab John. Good morning to you. This is Creole Heartbeat. Linford Akrab John in the building. Good morning.
Yeah, I was putting somebody special this morning. Bobby, you know Bobby?
Bobby,
oh hi.
Papa.
Yes.
Papa.
Okay.
I tell him look on the radio. You see my body Linford?
Yes.
Yes.
Tell him much love. Tell him I say much love.
Okay, more calls coming for Linford Akrab John in the morning. Good morning to you, Creole Heartbeat. Okay, we seem to have lost this one. You can call us back. And the numbers are 449-3095, 449-3096, 449-3097, 616-425-7, and the overseas number 305-432-9624. I want us to go into the SME side. We'll leave that for last. But yeah, we were on track with the performance for on the Saturday. That's the
6, I think it
26th,
is.
25th. I think it's
25th. Okay.
Yeah, 24th to 26th. So that's the 25th.
Go 25th.
But only 15 minutes. But anyway, that's what it is, and you're going to give it your best. So you come with a special formula, you said?
Yes, I typically when I come and sing, I do some of these songs,
Bilomen
set songs. But I'm going to take the opportunity this time to introduce people to some of the other songs that they haven't seen me say. So I'm going to have a special repertoire where I will give them a taste of
Other aspects of
correct.
You think you're confident it will resonate with the people?
I'm pretty confident because one of the indication was when I told Cornell that I gave him the repertoire and I told him, he told me, well, I don't know. Those are the songs that people know you for and that are popular and stuff. I don't know that they're gonna like this one or that one or whatever. I tell him, well, that's the opportunity for them to get to know it. So let's try it and see. He tell me, hey, it's your show, you're the man. I say, okay. Well, after the first rehearsal, second rehearsal, he told me, you know what? I think that's gonna be good. I like those songs. I didn't know them, but I love it. I love it. It's great. It's great. So
I still would have preferred the nostalgic.
There will be that. Okay. There will be that.
In 15 minutes is so much of a short time for Linford John, but that's contracted. You are also part of that major concert to raise funds for St. Mary's Academy. This is so important.
Yes, indeed. It's very important.
Even before we go to that, let's take a message for this special consultation that is scheduled for next week, Thursday, in Dominica. Let's take a message, a reminder when you come back, Linford Akab John and the St. Mary's Academy project.
The National Creole Language Consultation hosted by Creole Heartbeat and Ambassador Leroy Prince Radix Charles in collaboration with the Ministry of Education, Comité pour Études Creole, the University of the West Indies Global Campus, and Alliage Process takes place on Thursday, October 16th, 10 a.m. at the University of the West Indies Global Campus, featuring presenters from Martinique, Dr. Marie-Francois Bernard on the formation of the Creole language policy, from Guadeloupe, Bernard Bolas on the importance of the Creole language and the formation of Creole partnerships, also Creole in Guadeloupe. From IT, Sac-Passé, Midland Draco on the importance for Creole people to forge partnerships for a common cause. And Creole as our true identity. From the Helen of the West, St. Lucia, Dr. Kenty Jean-Pierre. Creole in St. Lucia, its structure and role as a cultural identity marker. From Trinidad, Namdi Hodge on the status of Creole in Trinidad in a multilingual Caribbean. And from the nature island Dominica, Madame Sonia Akpa, legitimizing of the Creole language in a multilingual society. CXC Registrar Magali Celestin, Creole language in the school system. Delia Copy Weeks, Creole in the community. Raymond Lawrence, legacy of the Comité pour Études Creole, championing Gordon Henderson, Creole language and the music. Lena Luke, Creole and education and research insights on the language of Creole. Dennis Joseph, Creole and the media. Mediators like Quantum de la Chassonie Ophelia and the Femme Creole Million Joseph Dennis. Special honoring of the legacies of the late Felix Henderson and Master Chavala Fontaine. Special prayer in Creole Raymond Senior Eustace Thomas. The National Creole Language Consultation, Thursday, October 16th, University of the West Indies Global Campus, 10 a.m. All the partners include TBS Radio, Dominican News Online, Multi Solutions Inc., Q95 FM, the National Bank of Dominica, Cohen Global Entertainment, the Sign Man, Dublin Dental Clinic, Kyrie FM, Airmore News, MCC, My Caribbean Channels, and more. Be part of this National Creole Language Consultation, Thursday, October 16th, UE Global Campus.
This is a special émission spéciale là, monsieur. Et puis nous avons fait ça avec Linford Akab John, grand chanteur de Bilomen, qui a chanté avec Mammouth aussi, avec Naked Fit aussi. Et puis là, avec nous, avons fait un spécial interview pour nos informations, code VI, musique, tout ça. But we have a few messages we would like to actually, on the social media, Linford would like to actually hear from those who actually are viewing us live on the QFM 95 Q95 Facebook page and YouTube channel. Anthony, just give us some more messages.
We have morning greetings from Sandra Norris. Good morning, Wadix and guests. I'm listening in New York. We have morning greetings from Gian Shafilis on Facebook. She said, "Good morning to you, Wadix, and your guests. I love your cap. I'll come and borrow it. Okay. LOL, I'm going to listen on the radio. Thanks." We have morning greetings from Lauren Lestrade. Greetings, Wadix. Excellent. Say hi to my friend. We have morning greetings from Vincent Gregor on YouTube. Greetings, my Creole family. Blessed day, Mr. Ambassador White. We have morning greetings from Ophelia Laurent, where she said, very interesting. We also have greetings from Conscious Wisdom Gregoire on Facebook, where he says, greeting Creole family. Blessings, Mr. Ambassador White. There's more, hold on.
It is more falling for that grab, John, because it's important that we get a feel of the people that are viewing and actually enjoying what's taking place. This is history in the making. Continue, Anthony.
We have morning greetings from Kelvin Charles on YouTube, where he said, good morning. He's from California. We have morning greetings from Shoma John on YouTube. She said, these songs never die. They are very timeless. We have morning greetings from Jennifer Coffee on Facebook. She says, good morning from Jacksonville. That song was a hit everywhere we go in Dominica. Ophelia Laura says, love this track to the max. Nathalie Simon says, good morning to you guys. Marcel Volin says she's enjoying this. Merle Honore says, big respect to you too. And she also said, Linford from room 101.
Okay, we'll have the rest some of the time, Anthony, but you get the feel of most people have been
Much
enjoying
appreciate that. Much
room
appreciate
101.
that.
You in room 101?
I was in
I
101.
was in room 101. Yeah, man. But as we're talking about Room 101, this major concert is planned for next week.
Yes.
Next week, tell us about that. You will also be performing.
Yes, it is SMA an SMA event to benefit the repairs for the school, and so we are asking everybody to come support the events. Not only the concert on Friday evening, but the rest of the event, because all proceeds goes to the renovation of the SMA school building. And so this one on Friday will be
That's next week Friday.
That's next week Friday. Will be a lot of SMA alumni who are recognized in the music industry. That's why we have guys like Shelley Dice,
Daryl Bob.
Yeah. Calty
from the first Serenade.
Yes.
We also have Daddy Chess, Peter Layton, yourself, and so many others.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, there were bands. Most of these guys actually were part of bands.
Yes.
We know that Cornell.
Yes.
Cornell. And the backup band will be actually who?
SMA again. SMA guys, yes.
Cornell.
Cornell. There's Sean. No, who's gonna be? A lot of the musicians now here in Dominica. I have not met some of them. I'm not familiar
with the names. But it's a whole SMA, St. Mary's Academy.
Absolutely.
Wackers should be also a major part of this.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Because there's a major part.
And I believe it's a wonderful exercise because you go to a secondary school, it gives you that foundation. And for us that were under the tenure of Brother Jermaine, my word,
yes.
He was a disciplinarian.
Yes,
I can tell you.
Yes, he
and
was.
it's only now, several years later, you are seeing or feeling the respect and the discipline that you had to actually go through.
Yes,
because He was a gentleman,
Yes,
you know,
yes.
but then he was really tough.
It was very tough.
He was tough on us.
Yes, but now you appreciate him more.
But then you appreciate him more now
now. Yes,
that the discipline that he instilled into you
Absolutely.
actually was life rewarding.
yes, yes.
And now, you know,
Made
we have
you-
an opportunity now to give back to the school.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, that particular wing is in need of repairs.
It is in need of repairs. It's been damaged since the Hurricane
Maria.
Mm-hmm. And when we first thought of we were aware of that, I always was for an SMA reunion. We've never had an SMA reunion at all, and I was always saying that someday we should do that. And I think one of the issues that we had was a lot of people thought that it was just for the 74, 75 alumni.
Yeah.
But it was not. We're the ones organizing it. We're the ones doing the work, the footwork to make it happen. But it is actually for all SMA alumni.
Mm-hmm.
And so even, the musicians that we were trying to get, Gordon couldn't make it.
He's coming into Dominica later.
Later,
because
yes.
it would have been so nice to have
Yes.
Gordon
Yes.
as part of it.
it.
We spoke several times on doing something for SMA,
Yes.
and I know he would have really loved to be part of
Yeah.
it, but then because of travel arrangements,
Yes.
and
He told me we could do it if we did it after the reunion, after the Creole Fest.
festival, yeah.
He would just stay and do it. But
Some of the guys are returning.
They're returning.
Some of the alumni
Yes,
are returning.
yes, absolutely.
But 100% of the proceeds goes
to the school,
directly
to SMA
SMA.
repairs for the wing. It's Brother Jimmy.
Where will that particular concert take place?
The concert is going to take place at the St. Gerard's Hall.
Mm-hmm.
And we gonna have tickets available at Bullseye Pharmacy. Is it Bullseye Pharmacy?
Yeah, Bullseye Pharmacy. That's in
Bullseye
Goodwill.
Pharmacy, yes, at SMA itself.
Mhm.
And at I think the third place was Jolly's, was it? No.
Oh, not Dipex Color.
Dupex. It was
Yeah,
Dupex.
because Emil Diputa is also an old boy.
An old boy from
of-
SMA.
of-
yes,
of St. Mary's
Dupex,
Academy.
Yes.
When you look at what has the platform, the foundation that SMA laid. If you look at the political scene, the
Yes.
deputy, both the deputy prime minister Irving McIntyre and
Yes.
the present UWP leader were both my classmates.
Oh wow!
That Thompson Fountain on
Tom-
one end and Dr.
and
Irving
wow.
McIntyre
Awesome.
on the other end were both my classmates at
Awesome.
one point in time.
Awesome.
So SMA really did produce quite a bit. I mean, not saying anything about the other schools who did what they had to do.
That to do. Yeah.
But SMA during Brother Jimmy time, I could tell you was a very tough time.
Yes.
And anything you could do next week Friday, St. Gerard's Hall, we want to really promote it. The big station is also sponsoring, a partner in actually promoting it. And by the way, we just want to remind you, next week Thursday, we will be taking on the language, that's the Creole Language Symposium in collaboration with the Ministry of Education. And by the way, there's something taking place with the Ministry of Education where the timetable now gives an opportunity for new languages, for modern languages. And that's where we feel it's very important to actually, bring in the Creole, also bring in the Kalinago, and most importantly, bring in the Kokoi language. So the people from Kokoi area, Marigot, Fuawi, Wesley, that's the opportunity for us to actually bring back some life and energy into those languages, because these are indigenous to us. These are what make us who we are. And hopefully we should do a program in Kokoi or with the Kokoi people sometime before independence. That's one of the plans, to possibly get the Kokoi speaking people, because it's one.
Yeah.
It's one.
Yes.
And so this special language, Creole Language Symposium will take place next week, Thursday. So let's give a little reminder when we come back. We will close up with Linford Akrab John.
The National Creole Language Consultation, hosted by Creole Heartbeat and Ambassador Leroy Prince Radix Charles in collaboration with the Ministry of Education, Comité pour Études Creole, the University of the West Indies Global Campus, and Alliage Française, takes place on Thursday, October 16th, 10 a.m. at the University of the West Indies Global Campus, featuring presenters from Martinique, Dr. Marie-François Bernard, on the formation of the Creole language policy. From Guadeloupe, Marina Bolas, on the importance of the Creole language and the formation of Creole partnerships, also Creole in Guadeloupe. From IT, Sac-Passé, Midland Dragon, on the importance for Creole people to forge partnerships for a common cause. And Creole as a true identity. From the Helen of the West, St. Lucia, Dr. Kenty Jean-Pierre. Creole in St. Lucia, its structure and role as a cultural identity marker. From Trinidad, Namdi Hodge, on the status of Creole in Trinidad in a multilingual Caribbean. And from the nature island Dominica, Madame Sonia Akpa, legitimizing of the Creole language in a multilingual society. CXC Registrar Magali Celestin, Creole language in the school system. Tilia Coffee Weeks, Creole in the community. Raymond Lawrence, legacy of the Comité Poétique Creole, championing the Creole language. Gordon Henderson, Creole language and the music. Lena Luke, Creole and education and research insights on the language of Creole. Dennis Joseph, Creole and the media. Mediators like Quantum de la Chasson and Ophelia and the Femme Creole Million Joseph Dennis. Special honoring of the legacies of the late Felix Henderson and Master Chavala Fontaine. Special prayer in Creole by Monsignor Eustace Thomas. The National Creole Language Consultation, Thursday, October 16th, University of the West Indies Global Campus, 10 a.m. All the partners include TBS Radio, Dominica News Online, Multi Solutions Inc., Q95 FM, the National Bank of Dominica, Cohen Global Entertainment, Assignment, Dublin Dental Clinic, Kyrie FM, MO News, MCC, My Caribbean Channels, and more. Be part of this National Creole Language Consultation, Thursday, October 16th, UE Global Campus.
And just before Accra, we actually wind down, you have something special coming from Nigel Lawrence, and he is the president of the Dominican Council on Aging. As historically conscious as possible, these sounds were at a time when the Creole identity was sweeping the region. It was following the international recognition of black artists like Miriam Makeba. Carlton Dangleben is really big. He's bigging you up. Greetings from Houston, SMA, and that's your Carlton Houston. That is from your neck of the woods. Clement Baba Richards also want to big you up. Julius Cobbett want to big you up also. 15 minutes for a legendary Dominican artist. And how many hours for Jamaican artists? Only in Dominica. That is someone hoping that you would have gotten more time. Ian Jackson want to big you up. Gordon Henderson want to big you up. Maxime Powell, formerly of RSB, want to big you up. A whole lot of big up.
Wow.
But before we wind down, you wanted to say something about the SMA show for next week?
Yes.
And then we wind up.
Yes, let me just say big up to all my brothers there listening and giving me a hell up. Appreciate you. I just wanted to mention we have somebody in SMA, an SMA alumni from the Kalinago territory, which was known as Aka. Alex Laron, actually, we call him Aka, and he's got a Jinping band, and he's gonna be gracing us with that too on the night of the SMA reunion. So that is gonna look forward to. And I just have to mention one other thing. I did play a significant role in Gramax. I have Gramax. After Jeff left, I recorded, I think, 3 songs with Gramax, 3 albums with Gramax, 2 or 3
That's
albums.
original Gramax.
Original Gramax.
And you actually performed with them at the
Yes.
World Creole Music
Creole Music
Festival. So
Festival.
that was all the other members, including T-Pam, Bolo, Fuesol,
Absolutely.
Maki,
Yes.
and you were the vocalist.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. All
So
the-
everything is in place, Akrab, for next week, as a matter of fact, on the 25th.
Yes.
All systems go.
All systems go.
And Dominica will be recognized as truly the Creole capital of the world.
Absolutely. We look forward to that.
Linford Akrab John, I really want to say thank you. And on behalf of Creole Heartbeat, on behalf of Q95, the big station, on behalf of Mr. Sheridan Gregoire, who was the first boss of the World Creole Music Festival, I really want to congratulate you for the work that you have done for Dominica and continue to excel and still doing. And we're looking forward to a really memorable performance on the 25th of October live at the Windsor Park Sports Stadium.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much. And thank you for having me. And blessings, everybody.
Ou pas même dire un petit bonjour pour Jean-Barry, then.
Jean-Barry, mais yo savent ça, hein. Yo ka écouter, yo savent ça. Jean-Barry, moi aussi.
This was another Creole Heartbeat program on the big station Q95 FM on behalf of my producer, Anthony Thomas, also executive producer, Jerry Williams and Prince Wadix. May God bless you and may God bless Dominica. See you next week, and hopefully we should have some cocoa in the building next weekend in Dominica. À la prochaine à tous. Go be The News Major comes up next on the big station.
The National Creole Language Consultation hosted by Creole Heartbeat and Ambassador Leroy Prince Radix Charles in collaboration